Hey there, mathematicians! It's Justin again. Ooh, that is a pretty fancy envelope. An invitation? Huh. Apparently, we've been nominated for the Math Master Challenge. Remember when we participated in the Number Master game show back in Unit 1? Well, the Math Master Challenge is like the big league version of that. This is where we get to show off everything we've learned throughout the course through some fun and challenging puzzles. All the practicing we've been doing, every number we've counted, every problem we've solved has really paid off. It's not just about getting the right answers, it's about how we think through problems, how we learn from our mistakes, and how we keep going even when it gets tough. That's why we've been nominated for the challenge. So, even though I'm feeling a little nervous, because this is a pretty big deal, I'm also super excited. I know we're ready. We've been preparing for this all along, remember? Practice makes progress. Now, let's dive in, give it our best shot, and have some fun seeing how much we've grown. Have your guided notes ready, because it's showtime! When we played the Number Master game show, each level focused on one big idea. But for the Math Master Challenge, we're going to find that each challenge can help us practice several skills. Let's check out our first one. Mia wants to buy a cover for her rectangular garden to stop the birds from eating her plants. The garden measures 15 feet wide by 24 feet long, but the material for the cover is sold in yards. How many yards of material will she need to cover the entire garden? Oh, wow, this is a lot, but I know we can do it. What do we know about the shape of her garden? Right, it's a rectangle. We also know it's 15 feet wide and 24 feet long, but the material is sold in yards. What can we do first to help us solve this problem? Since we're figuring out how many yards she'll need, let's start by converting 15 feet and 24 feet to yards. There are how many feet in a yard? 3, right. And we're going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, which means we'll be practicing our division skills here. Pause here to convert these measurements to yards. 15 divided by 3 equals 5. And 24 divided by 3 equals 8. That means her garden measures 5 yards wide by 8 yards long. So, how can we figure out how much material is needed to cover the entire surface of her garden? An object's surface? That sounds like area. We can multiply 5 by 8 to find the area, which equals 40. So what's the answer to the problem then? Ah, right, area is measured in square units. So Mia will need 40 square yards of material to cover her garden. Awesome, we did it! Wow, in just one problem we practiced converting measurements, division, finding the area, and multiplication. Let's keep going. Mia is hosting an art workshop that starts at 10:37 a.m. and ends at 3:07 p.m. She needs help finishing the invitations. What is the elapsed time for the workshop from start to finish? Mia also has several bottles of paint with different amounts left. Help her list these amounts from greatest to least on the invitations so people can know if they should bring extra supplies. 7/8 red, 1/5 yellow, 4/8 blue, and 2/3 white. We got this. What skills are we practicing here? Elapsed time and fractions. So let's take it one step at a time. Pause here to figure out the elapsed time between 10:37 and 3:07. Let's count on by hours first. 10:37 plus 1 hour is 11:37. plus another is 1237, 137, and 237. That's 4 hours. Then we can skip count by tens to figure out the minute. 247, 257, 307 is 30 minutes. The elapsed time is 4 hours and 30 minutes. Then we need to order the fractions from greatest to least. Remember, visual models like shapes and number lines can be helpful when comparing fractions. Pause here to record your thinking in your guided notes. Based on these visual models, it looks like 1/5 is the least, then 4/8, then 2/3, and finally 7/8. Oh, wait, greatest to least. So 7/8, 2/3, 4/8, 1/5. Woo! Final challenge. Mia is making origami figures for a huge community event. She wants each of the 3,000 people attending to get one. So far, she's made 1,229, Caroline has made 1,045, and Anthony has made 518. How many more origami figures are still needed so everyone will get one? Oh, Mia, you've been practicing origami too? That's awesome. So we know how many Mia, Caroline, and Anthony made, and we know how many they need to make. This looks like a problem that requires addition and subtraction. Give it a try on your own first, and then we'll check our answers after the pause. First, we need to figure out how many origami figures we have so far. We can arrange 1,229, 1,045, and 518 with the ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands lined up, and then add them using the addition algorithm. 9 plus 5 plus 8 equals 22. Regroup 2 tens and put the 2 ones in the ones place. 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 equals 9. So we'll record a 9 in the tens place. 2 plus 0 plus 5 equals 7. And then 1 plus 1 equals 2. So far, they've made 2,792 figures. Ooh, they're nearly there. Then we can subtract that from 3,000 to find out how many are left to make. Regrouping all the way from the thousands gives us 10 hundreds, which we can regroup to get 10 tens, which we can regroup to get 10 ones. And that all equals 208 figures left to make. Way to go! So, what have we learned today, besides the fact that you've learned and grown so much throughout this course? Well, now you know that a strong understanding of place value helps you compare, order, round, add, and subtract numbers. Multiplication and division can be used together to help you solve problems. A fraction represents a part of a whole and can be shown using digits, words, and visual models. Elapsed time tells you how much time has passed between the start and end of an event. There are lots of strategies to help you master your math facts. And you also know that measurements can be converted between units and used to calculate area or perimeter. Be sure to complete the practice questions and extension activities that go with this lesson. This is the final lesson in Math Level D, and there are lots of practice opportunities. They can be worked on over several days, and we'll review everything we've learned about throughout this course. There's an extension activity to help you reflect on your progress and decide if there are any units or lessons you'd like to revisit. When you're ready, you'll take the course assessment and prove you're the real math master. We have even more in store for you in the next math course, but in the meantime, always remember, mathematicians, in math, as in life, practice makes progress. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.